Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 yay. I realized one day that our Indian people, Native people, must be really loved to be tested so much in this world. To have so many tests of, you know, in our tribe, moved from our homelands, forced from our homelands, forced into another religion, another place, basically had almost everything stripped from us except what we were carrying in our hearts, the fire that we were carrying in our hearts. As a little child, I knew I came here to do some, I was very aware that I had signed a contract, if you will, to come here and do something that was going to be much larger. I remember being very young and having these kinds of perceptions going on and not being able to, and I'm thinking, well, how can I say that? If I mentioned anything to my mother, she said, well, you have an imagination. But then you just know. I mean, you get to a point where you know, and I talk about the knowing is, this is the path. This is what you have to do.
It can lead you down that creative path of sensitivity and beauty and joy, or it can kill you. And that's the truth.
I wanted the ability to express my perceptions. And I was aware very early, you know, even before language, of this amazing, incredible series and layers of worlds that I traveled to as a very young. You can call it imagination, you can call it dreams, but it was very real.
You know, I didn't even know Indians wrote books when I got to college. Nobody had ever showed me anything written by an Indian. And one of the first native poets I ever read was Harjo. And I mean, I was knocked over. I had no idea anybody was doing this stuff.
It was a way to speak beyond the confines of ordinary language. I still hear it, over and over and over. When you gonna come back, baby? Over and over and over.
Like artists, like almost all artists, I mean, she's definitely joy, but like all artists, artists look at the world differently. And I would love to be able to look at the world through Joy's eyes for a day, just to see how she looks at something.
She's really brave when she puts a lot of her stuff out there, and I think that's part of what, you know, I guess I try to convey through what I write and stuff, to be able to put myself out there as well.
My father-to-be was of the water and could not find a hold on the banks of earthiness. Water people can easily get lost, and they may not comprehend that they are lost. They succumb easily to the spirits of alcohol and drugs. They will always search for a vision that cannot be found on earth. You know, my father was sensitive. I knew that my father loved me. I knew that. But then there was also the man, the alcoholic, the one who left us, who abandoned us many times, even while he was still there, for his own party. For his, you know, his party, his women. So there, you know, there's the person of vision, because he went looking for it, but it was already with him. He already had those gifts. You know, it's that same kind of paradox that can keep you with someone who is alcoholic but is also brilliant, and, you know, can cook really good breakfast, and you know, can sing, or and how do you explain, or how do you put together the incongruities?
I knew that she had a really horrendous past, but I didn't know what it was.
We usually didn't sing. My mother loved to sing too, but at the time when my stepfather came home at 4 o'clock, all the singing stopped. Well, I lost track. I was listening to music in my room, and next thing the doors open and I'm forbidden to sing. And around the same time, I I had started playing clarinet, and the band teacher at the junior high said I wanted to play saxophone. He said girls can't play sax, so I quit music. She had some horses.
I meet people who are doing something else that they might not want to do, and then they go, "Oh, you're a musician. I wish I played this. I wanted to take up that." I go, "You can start now." And they go, "Oh no, I'm too old." I'm like, "No, no, no, no." I work for a woman who started playing saxophone in her 40s, so to start an instrument. And Joy started since then guitar, bass, ukulele, Native American flute, and God knows what she's going to pull out, you know, in the future.
My only regret, my only, qualm about her is that she got so obsessed with the saxophone she stopped writing poems. So I want to take her saxophone away.
My grandmother, Naomi Harjo, played saxophone in Indian Territory before Oklahoma became a state.
That's
so
pretty awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
So you go way back with the saxophone.
Yes, I do.
So what is it about the saxophone that really strikes you, resonates with you?
What resonated is the voice of it. And it was a way I could sing like Aretha Franklin, because I don't have that kind of, I have my own voice, and it's, and I like my voice, but it's not, the saxophone is an extension. It becomes an extension of even the poetry voice, the writing voice, all of it.
It could be excruciating at times, but she's really good.
Yes. Well, that rainy on my daughter. Yeah, it was, when you hear somebody, especially somebody beginning on saxophone or any instrument, maybe especially saxophone, can be especially obnoxious. No, what is it?
But she's come a long way, and to pick up an instrument, when you're older, it's a hard thing.
One of the great quotes of all time, and I often quote her, somebody asked her, do Indians play the saxophone? The saxophone really isn't Indian, is it? And she said, when I play it, it is. It's brilliant. So you can use that quote in all sorts of contexts when people tell you something you're doing is not Indian. And other Indians love to tell Indians that something they're doing is not Indian. So I always go back to Joy for that. It's Indian when I'm doing it.
She had some horses. She had horses who were bodies of sand. She had horses who were maps drawn in blood. She had horses who were skins of ocean water. She had horses who were the blue air of sky. She had horses who were clay and would break. She had some horses. She had horses with eyes of trains. She had horses with full brown thighs. She had horses who laughed too much. She had horses who threw rocks at glass houses. She had horses who licked razor blades. She had some horses.
She has no fear. If there's one thing I say about Joy, she has absolutely no fear.
I take myself back, fear. You are not my shadow any longer. I won't hold you in my hands. You can't live in my eyes, my ears, my voice, my